Hello all and welcome to this reading. Thank you so much for your patience with me as I have been dealing with life events over the past year and a half or more now. I sincerely apologize for the long wait, and I am so grateful to those of you who have stuck around and who have found me in the time that I have been away. I hope that I am able to continue to serve you in the way that I am best able to by sharing my gifts with you. In today's reading, we will be looking at what do you need to hear? So I'm going to ask you to pick a deck. You can choose between 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll give you a moment, take a deep breath if you so choose to, connect with your intuition, select a deck, and then I will meet you at your pile. Thank you. Hello Group 1 and welcome to your reading. You chose the Muse Tarot. I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled this 4 times, and now I'm going to do a 3 times overhand shuffle, asking for what it is you need to hear at this time. Calling on your guides, my guides, any spirit of the highest truth and compassion seeking to connect with you today. Messages about what it is you need to hear. What do they need to hear, Spirit? What do they need to hear? Shuffle 1. What do they need to hear, Spirit? Shuffle 2. What do they need to hear, Spirit? Shuffle 3. And your oracle deck for this reading is the Moonology. Again, it's been shuffled 4 times, and I'm going to do a 3-hand over shuffle to see what else you need to hear to clarify this message. What do they need to hear? 1. What do they need to hear? No card for group for second shuffle. What do they need to hear? And no card for third shuffle, so you only get 1 Moonology, so I'm going to pull that off to the side. And bottom of the deck energy, let me scoot those in so you can see them, because we'll consider those as part of the reading. So what all do we have? First off, should I read in reverse? Major Arcana or Court for yes, minor for no. Minor, so no reading in reverse. Okay, bottom of the deck energy, we have the Page of Emotions, which is equivalent to the Page of Cups. We have Be Bold and Make the First Move, Cardinal Moon. You also have the Devil, the 8 of Voices, which is the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Emotions, 2 of Cups, 5 of Voices, 5 of Swords, the Sun, the Wheel, the 10 of Inspiration, which is the 10 of Wands, the 6 of Voices, which is the 6 of Swords, the 4 of Materials, which is the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Inspiration, which is the 9 of Wands. Along with a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So, what is it you need to hear? First off, I'm seeing you've been feeling very stuck, potentially in terms of not wanting to leave a situation that is familiar, that is comfortable, possibly in love or even a friendship, maybe even a family relationship, that you're just feeling like it's no longer serving you, but you're not entirely sure how to leave. If that's not resonating, this might not be the pile for you. Feel free to choose a different deck. So yeah, again, there's something here about wanting to leave what's familiar, but not feeling able to, but not being able to see the way out. With the 5 of Swords here, there's something here about really feeling like it's time to leave the argument behind, leave the combative relationship or whatever it is that's leaving you feeling overwhelmed or antagonized. It's time to seek that olive branch and either attempt to resolve this or to move on. And you have the choice of either. I am seeing, regardless of what you choose, either to try and shift the relationship in a way that better serves you and the other party, or whether it's time to just, again, move on. It's going to work out for you. You're again, with this personal issue reaches resolution, be able to make the first move. There's something here about you taking an action that works out in your favor. And with the wheel here, again, this is something that's on your spiritual path. This is something that there are forces outside of you that are trying to prod you into making a decision one way or the other, but you can't stay in this energy. They're saying, you know, yes, it might not be easy, and they know you feel like you've been carrying this burden for a long time. But now it's time to move into smoother waters, either through fully leaving the situation or through seeking to resolve it. I'm also hearing that if you do attempt to resolve it and nothing changes, it is time to go. With the Four of Materials here, Four of Pentacles, I am hearing that there's a lot of fear around making this shift, which makes sense with the Eight of Swords and the Devil. You know, there's something that's easier about staying in what's familiar, but just because it's what's familiar doesn't mean it's what's right for you. It doesn't mean it's benefiting you. If it's hurting you, you don't need to stay. And especially with the Nine of Inspiration here, I'm seeing that whatever you do in terms of shifting this energy, you're going to see recovery from it. You know, this antagonistic energy with the Five of Wands, with the Devil, this feeling of stuckness, this relationship no longer serving, you know, you're going to recover from it. It may not be fast, but you're going to bloom from moving through this. And with a personal issue reaches resolution, I am seeing that for some of you, it really is going to be a matter of, no, it's time to cut bait and run. I'm not seeing necessarily that you need to burn the bridge behind you, because there's not a ton of fire here. But I'm hearing very clearly you need to close this chapter one way or another. And with the Page of Cups here, I'm always drawn to this portal right here, where it's like if you step through, if you tune into what your heart is saying and you really meditate on it, think on it, weigh the odds, stepping through this portal into something better. So there's something here about if you listen to your heart, and your heart is telling you it's time to move on, stepping through this doorway into something different, trust that it's going to be something better, even if it doesn't seem that way at first, even if sometimes you feel like it would be easier to go back to what you know. There's more for you beyond the next doorway, beyond the next turn in the path. And I'm hearing it's okay to take the road less traveled by. So group one, I hope this made sense to you. I hope that it helps you and that it leaves you feeling like you've gotten the sign that you're looking for or the information that you're looking for. If this didn't resonate, that's a-okay. Just means our energy wasn't in alignment today. I do hope to see you again in a future reading or Reiki session. And if not, that's absolutely okay. There are many wonderful Reiki practitioners and tarot readers on here. Wishing you well in your journey always. Bye. Hello group 2 and welcome to your reading. You chose the Modern Witch Tarot deck. I have pre-shuffled this 4 times and I will now be shuffling it overhand 3 times, asking what it is you need to know. So I am now calling on your guides, my guides, any spirit of the highest truth and compassion that seeks to communicate with you at this time. What is it group 2 needs to know? Shuffle 1. What is it group 2 needs to know? 2. What is it group 2 needs to know? Well, that one flew off the desk. I'll fetch that in a moment. What is it they need to know? Shuffle 1, 2, and 3. I will be using the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck to get one additional clarifier. Again, I will shuffle overhand 3 times. Whatever comes out, we will use in the reading. What do they need to know? Nothing from shuffle 1. What do they need to know? And one more time. What do they need to know? And nothing from shuffle 2. Bottom of the deck energy. Let's see what we've got. Oh, should I read any in reverse? Major Arcana or Court for yes, Minor Arcana for no. Minor Arcana, no. Okay, let's see, we've got, see that? Yeah. 2 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Pentacles. Keep those in the view if I can. We have the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. And the Seven of Swords, the Fool, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Wands, along with, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see, and the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Well, there's certainly a lot of speed here with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, at least in certain aspects. Okay, there's something planning, new opportunity, outcome may seem uncertain. There's something here potentially about work. Some of you may have found a new job or are looking for a new job, possibly also maybe working on a side hustle or a creative endeavor on the side that you're still currently in the planning process for. There's going to be an opportunity for you to really go after that soon, but it may come kind of in a hidden sort of way, or it may come as a kind of full moment where you really don't know what's going to be on the other side. I'm really getting, trust your intuition, trust what your gut is telling you, trust what your plans have been telling you, and know that you're going to be okay, especially here in the material realm with the Queen of Pentacles. There's also something here about really nurturing yourself, and don't run yourself too ragged, because I'm getting that there's this very much big plans at play for you, but they're very much telling you, don't risk burnout here with the Ten of Swords. There's something here about being so caught up in what's going on, because I'm drawn to the cell phone here and the computer here, about being on call all of the time, and that potentially running you into a state of potentially, lowered immune system, needing to really step back and rest. So while they're saying, yes, go after what it is you want, put in the work, make sure you're nurturing yourself as well. Trust that even if you take time to take things a little slower, if you take the time to make sure what you're producing is exactly what you want to produce, rather than rushing to get a product out or to meet a deadline, it's okay to take the time it takes. Trust that the work you put in will get you the recognition you're looking for. There's also something here about not necessarily being open about your plans until they come to fruition. There's something here about secrecy, or I don't know, maybe even a surprise offering. If you already run a business of your own or a side hustle of your own, maybe it's something saying, whatever it is you're currently working on, have it as a surprise release, perhaps. I'm drawn to the fact that we've got the Queen and King of Cups. So there's something here potentially about a partnership or a collab, especially in a creative way. Like, I'm very much seeing, you know, be practical, be very intellectual about what it is you're working on, but also let your creativity shine as well. You know, don't get so caught up in the details that you're losing the heart of it. I'm also seeing that, you know, as this comes to greater fruition, you're going to be feeling much more centered, much more supported, and just much more in tune with who you are and what it is you want, which may again seem a little murky for you right now. And I am seeing that as you take this initial opportunity, more are going to open up for you. Okay, we have, I choose love no matter what. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. And when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So there's a lot here about trusting that the work you put in will get you where you want to be. Like, yes, we all have doubts. Yes, we all have moments of fear and, you know, oh, is this going to work out? And I'm not seeing what I want to see in terms of results as soon as I want to see them. And it's asking you to just have faith. If it's going slow, keep putting in the work. Trust that it is coming. You know, that's not to say if things absolutely just are not working out and they haven't been working out for a duration of time and you feel that it's time to move on, that's a-okay. But for many of you, you know, if you're seeing minor progress, progress is still progress, is what I'm hearing. So, anything else? There's something here about leaning on your support group as well. So your friends, your family, chosen family, romantic partner. There's something here about, for all that a lot of the work you're doing is on your own, do feel free to check in with those and listen to those who are like, hey, you know, it's time to take a break. You know, what can we do to reduce your stress for a little bit? And taking those moments to just pause and be like, you know, what worked this week? What isn't working? What can I improve moving forward? And making sure that part of that improving moving forward is also continuing to make time to build yourself up emotionally. And that means, you know, spending time with those you love, spending time doing things that you love that are not solely related to productivity. Yeah, there's a lot here about try and avoid burnout. Make sure you do what you can to, if you're already in a place of burnout, work really on recovering from that. And that means making sure you're getting all 7 types of rest. I'll link the article on that below. It's making sure that you are taking care of yourself. You know, you're making sure you're getting enough nutrients. You're making sure you get some sunlight. You're making sure you're hydrating well enough. So yeah, just make sure you take care of yourself as you continue chasing these goals. And that's all I see for you, Group 2. I hope this resonated. If it didn't, that's a-okay. It just means our energy wasn't in alignment today. I do hope to see you again in another video, either for another tarot reading or for a Reiki offering. If I don't, that's a-okay. There are other many wonderful tarot readers and Reiki practitioners on here. I'm sure one of them will be appropriate for you and really supportive for you on your journey. As always, I wish you well on your journey, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Bye. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Good Tarot. So what I'm going to do, I've already gone ahead and pre-shuffled this 4 times. I'm going to do 3 overhand shuffles, taking whatever falls out. That one doesn't count, y'all. Gotta wait until I actually shuffle it. We'll shuffle those back in the center. But anyway, 3 overhand shuffles, whatever falls out, we'll use that to put together your reading. We're asking your guides, my guides, any spirit of the highest truth and compassion who has a message to share with you to come forward now to have input on what it is you need to hear. So what is it Group 3 needs to hear? Shuffle 1. Shuffle 2. What is it Group 3 needs to hear? Final shuffle. What is it group 3 needs to hear? Thank you. Should I read any of these in reverse? Major Arcana or Court for yes, minor for no. Major Arcana or Court card for yes, so we will be reading reversals. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the 9 of Fire. And I will be using, I don't remember the title of this deck, but it's a Floral deck as your Oracle card. I will make sure I put the title down in the description. Once again, it's pre-shuffled. I will be doing overhand 3 times to see if there's any additional messages that come out for you. What does group 3 need to know? Nothing from the first shuffle. What does group 3 need to know? Nothing from the second shuffle. Give me at least one card, y'all. What does group 3 need to know? Thank you. And we're good. Bottom of the deck energy, Garlic Service. Alrighty, what do we have? And I will do my best to make sure these all fit in frame. They're large cards. So we have the 5 of Earth, we have the Page of Air reversed, and we have the 3 of Water. We have the Chariot reversed, we have the Page of Earth reversed, we have the Page of Water upright, we have the 7 of Fire reversed, and we have the 3 of Earth reversed. Along with the Ace of Air reversed, the 7 of Water reversed, the World upright, 6 of Fire reversed, Strength upright, and the 4 of Earth upright. And you also have Clover, Nurture. So, let's see what we've got here. It's all in frame. That's as good as I can get, y'all. Alrighty, so Chariot reversed, Page of Earth, Page of Water, so Earth here represents Pentacles, Water is Cups, Air is Swords, and Fire is Wands. So we have the 5 of Pentacles, something here about loneliness perhaps, or feeling isolated. It can also be about almost, for me it's the lower arcana version of the Hermit, so it could be about withdrawing into yourself. With the Page of Air in reverse, that's usually my learning card. So there's potentially something here about something you're not seeing, or maybe a lesson that is not resonating well. Maybe you learned something that's not sitting right with you. There's something here about taking the time to examine that, analyze it, and see how you can integrate that and move forward. The 3 of Cups upright, that's very much about, you know, connecting with your soul family, connecting with those you care about. Even if you can only do that virtually, you know, reaching out and making sure you're not isolating completely. There's something I read a couple of months ago about how, you know, when we're working with shadow work, it's important not to live in that energy. And it's something I'm actually been thinking about a lot lately. My sister ended up saying, you know, it's okay to pitch a tent in the bad feelings, but don't set up house there. You know, because with the tent, you can move it forward a little bit each day, and eventually you'll get out of that zone, which I thought was a really interesting way of putting it. So there's something here about, again, yes, work through what you need to work through in private if that's what's easier for you. But make sure you you lift your head above water to take a breath and take that time to connect, because I'm very much getting that what you're working through is very heavy, and they're asking you to make sure you don't fully bear that alone. Even if you're only coming above water to have a moment of peace, of laughter, of just reconnection, making sure you take that time to connect is going to be very beneficial for you. With the Chariot in reverse, I'm seeing that a lot of this may be out of your hands. You know, this could be stuff that's happening that's completely out of your control, but it's still very stressful for you. Although with it in reverse, I'm getting that for all that this may be taking longer to move through than you wanted it to, you are still making progress, and trust that you are making progress, even when it feels you're not. Okay, Page of Earth, Page of Water, Seven of Fire, Three of Earth. I'm drawn again to the Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles here in reverse. So again, there's a lot here about working through things on your own, and being very isolated. But with the Seven of Fire reversed, Seven of Wands reversed, I'm hearing, you know, you don't have to be on guard all the time. They are asking you to really lean into what you're feeling, and don't be afraid to share that with somebody, whether that's a counselor, whether that's a close friend, whether that's a therapist, whether that's your journal. But there's something here about the lessons that you're learning, holding a key not only for yourself, whether that be your future self or your past self, but potentially for others as well. And with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, there's something here for me about you're not as stuck as you may seem, but it's important to ground yourself, is really what's coming through for me. Especially when things seem completely topsy-turvy. The Ace of Air in reverse, Ace of Swords, it's usually contracts, new insights, downloads. You may feel like you're not getting the signs that you're asking for. Spirit is asking you to trust that the signs are happening. They just may not be coming in a way that you're asking them to. They are still reaching out to you, but there's something here about asking for something different. You know, maybe not asking for your usual sign, asking for something completely off the wall, something that you're not used to thinking of or looking for. It may also be important for you to pay attention to your dreams. Actually, you may also be having nightmares with this here. Yeah. Seven of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there may be something here about nightmares, about things that you're working through coming out in your dreams. But with the World here, I am seeing that you're going to be moving through that, and there will be relief here. I'm seeing you're going to make great progress in whatever it is you're working through by the end of the year. Like, some of it may cross over into next year, but I think you're going to feel like you've made great strides by the time the new year comes around. Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're really asking you to make sure you give yourself recognition for what you've done, for what you've worked through, and really, you know, pat yourself on the back for the strength that you've shown and the strength that you are continuing to show. You know, even if, with the Four of Pentacles, even if others don't see it, you know it's there. And you need to pat yourself on the back for that, and, you know, really give yourself credit for all that you've processed, all that you've gone through, and how far you've come. I'm really hearing, you know, you should be proud of yourself. And I'm drawn again to the Nurture card, and the Nine of Wands is the bottom of the deck. You know, there's this energy of you are recovering, even if it feels like it's not happening. And with the Garlic Service card, I'm getting some of you maybe in the nursing industry is coming through really strong, or again, service industry in general, and feeling like you're not getting the support you need. And there's something here about asking for additional support and taking time to really take care of yourself. I feel like a lot of you are suffering from really feeling just so frayed and like you're at the end of your rope, and that rope is down to one last tendril because it's been frayed for so long, and you feel like you're on the verge of this snapping. And they're asking you to trust that rope can be mended, or you can shift from that to a different path, a different bridge across. There's something here about taking the time to support yourself and to find the sweetness and to look for the good and to honor that and recognize it and really focus on what is blooming, what is prospering, will aid in this recovery that's coming through. I'm hearing there was a TikTok I watched the other day, which I'll link below for you, and she talked about, you know, sometimes you have to get through it alone, but you're not ever truly alone. You know, those who are supporting you are still there, even when it feels like they're not. You know, even when you feel isolated, when you're in this hermit, locked off energy, you're not nearly as alone as you may feel. There are others who have felt the same or who are going through similar experiences that you can bond with. And trust that, you know, she mentioned specifically, you know, trust that your yes is coming, trust that your big is coming, trust that what you've prayed for or hoped for or wished for is still coming, even if you have to get there on your own. And it just really resonated with me in terms of, you know, we all have these moments that we go through in life where we feel so isolated and so alone and so hurt that it feels like, you know, one more breath of air, one more even word from somebody else or email or whatever comes through is enough to make you just snap and shatter. And it's incredibly painful to be in that energy. But what I'm seeing here is that you're moving out of that, if that's where you are. And they're asking you to remember, it's a tent, not a house. And if you can move that tent even 0.1 of a millimeter further today than it was yesterday, you're still making progress. And even though it may seem like it's not adding up, they promise it is, and you will get to where you want to be. I will be thinking of you and sending you so much love and supportive energy as you work through this and beyond. I wish you so much love on your journey. If this resonated, I'm so glad that I was able to provide this for you. If it didn't resonate, that's okay. It just means our energy wasn't in alignment. And you can go ahead and choose a different tarot reader. I'm sure one of them will have exactly the right message for you. I do hope to see you again in a future video, whether that's another tarot reading or a Reiki offering, and if not, that's a-okay. Best of luck on your journey always. Bye. Hello Group 4 and welcome to your reading. I have gone ahead and pre-shuffled the Line Shredder Tarot for you. I've shuffled it 4 times. I will be shuffling overhand 3 times, taking whatever falls out to create your reading. I also have the Starseed little oracle deck here to get any additional messages for you, which again I will shuffle overhand 3 times. So, Group 4, what do they need to know? Calling on their guides, angels, ancestors, my guides, angels, ancestors, any spirit of the highest truth and compassion, seeking to share with them a snapshot of what they need to hear at this time. What do they need to hear? Shuffle 1. What do they need to hear? Shuffle 2. What do they need to hear? Shuffle 3. Bottom of the deck energy is the Empress. Additional messages for Group 4. What do they need to know? Nothing from Shuffle 1. What do they need to know? Nothing from Shuffle 2. Come on, I'd like at least 1 card, please. 1 from Shuffle 3. Bottom of the deck, you have guidance. You are not alone. You are guided by masters and teachers of the highest realms. Okay. should I read any of these in reverse? Major Arcana or Court for yes, Minor Arcana for no. Minor Arcana, 10 of Wands, so we will be reading all of these upright. First we have the 5 of Cups. We also have the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Wands, Strength, the 10 of Cups, and the King of Swords, along with the 4 of Wands, the Emperor, interesting we have a matched pair, Judgment, the Chariot, and the 10 of Swords. Can you see all of these? I hope you can. Let me shift these slightly over. Better? Yeah. Okay. Scoot over there. And then you have this card. Abundance. When your heart's intention is to serve humanity, doors of abundance naturally open. Alrighty, so what do we have here for you? What is it you need to hear? A lot of major arcana in this reading. A lot of Court as well. So I'm drawn first of all to the 5 of Cups and this sense of, almost this sense of longing for, I'm getting longing for something that currently feels out of your reach. Usually the 5 of Cups can be about mourning what has been lost and not seeing what is still there. But that's not really what's coming through for me here. It really feels like this longing for what could be. Longing for what could be, longing for almost this dichotomy between what should have been versus what is. Perhaps a disappointment over something long awaited that's no longer possible. But also I'm getting that, you know, you're trying to flip that on its head and really, you know, look at what's going on as you know, anything that's not working out for you as a divine detour, as, you know, again, I'm hearing that message so often of there's only 3 answers. Yes, not right now, or no, I have something better planned for you from the universe, from your guides. And I get that, like, for all that you have this longing of, I really wanted that, I understand that somehow something better is still on its way. I understand that I'm going to learn something from feeling this longing and this loss. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Wands, and Strength here, again, there's this, White Rose Guidance will say something along the lines of, rejection is divine protection. And there's something here about that, about trusting that the wheel is still turning in your favor and it's still moving quickly. You know, even if it doesn't seem like it, it's still coming towards you. And you should really trust your own strength and the strength of your guides, the strength of those who love you, the strength of those around you. If you can't lean on your own strength, lean on those who love you is really coming through strongly for me. With the Empress here, I'm also hearing, you know, there's something here about nurturing yourself, about really being gentle with yourself and with others, and making sure that you are providing yourself with the mothering that you need. You know, how would you take care of the little version of you? Because I'm hearing that version of you needs care right now. With the next line, we've got the 10 of Cups. I mean, I am getting, again, like, whatever it is that you wanted that isn't happening, something better is coming. And with the King of Swords here, I very much get that you'll know what it is when it happens. You're going to have this moment of, oh, that's why. This is so much better. That's why. And with the 4 of Wands and the Emperor and Judgment, there's very much something here. And again, Chariot, especially looking at this 10 of Swords, you know, there's something here about whatever ended is actually for your benefit, and trust that you're still moving towards, you know, this level of abundance. You know, for all that it feels like you're being forced into this leveling up, this ascension, this, you know, trying to see the bright side even through the dark. And that's not to say you shouldn't sit there and actually allow yourself to feel your emotions, to process what's going on, to acknowledge when things suck, they suck, because you should acknowledge that. But there's definitely some applause here from your guides saying, you know, we're really proud of you for being able to be in that energy of, I'm not bypassing what it is I'm feeling, but I know that I won't be in this energy for long. I know that something better is coming, and I know that I'm going to be okay. Seems to be, they're really applauding you for having that mentality. Especially 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands, the Emperor. There's a lot of stability coming here, a lot of like best life energy. So I am getting very much, it would be worthwhile to you to take the time to actually sit down and plot out what would it take to create your best life. You know, I attended a training back in February where one of the speakers asked us to actually picture, you know, a year from today, the you a year from today, if you could talk to that version of you and they could tell you this was the best year ever, what would that look like? What would the best year ever look like? And jot down what those items would be. And then if you can, find small steps you can take to reach some of those big items. You know, maybe that's learning a language, maybe that's taking a class, maybe that's traveling somewhere safely, of course. Maybe it's putting yourself out there to meet people. Maybe it's joining a new community online. Maybe it's just learning a new skill, but there's something here about charting the path and trusting yourself to do so. You know, really leaning into this certainty, especially with the King of Swords and the Emperor. They're asking you not to second guess yourself. Yeah, that's coming through very, very strongly, is please don't second guess yourself. You know, you're on the right track, and they're very proud of how far you've come and how you're handling what it is you're carrying right now. So yeah, very clearly what you need to hear right now is you're doing well, you're on the right track, and things are going to get better. What you want still wants you, but be very certain it's what you still want. And get very clear on how you can meet the universe halfway in manifesting it. I'm also hearing with the guidance card here, they're asking you to ask for more signs. I'm seeing rabbits, horses, and again, owls are very strongly coming through as potential animal signs you may see. Also potentially something that's a different color than it would usually be. Might stick out to you as that might mean something. I'm also drawn to the hat on the bird here, and there's something here about almost like a nightcap. And I think you're going to be getting a lot of downloads in your dreams, or perhaps when you meditate, but something about when you're still. That's when a lot of these messages, a lot of this guidance is coming through. Even if you're not cognizant of what's coming through, you'll see the results of it as you keep moving forward. That's all I have for you today. I hope this resonated. If it did, that's great. If it didn't, that's a-okay. It just means our energy wasn't in alignment today. It happens. There are many other wonderful tarot readers on here that I know will have the right message for you. I do hope to see you again in one of my future offerings, whether that's a tarot reading or a Reiki session. If not, that's a-okay. Regardless of what the future holds for you, I wish you joy on your journey. Until next time.